Hello guys, once again welcome to Artculi Plus. You see, the last video which I made about design and technology, I used a phrase as self-study. Today I will elaborate more on this, what I mean by self-study actually. Because it is very important actually that I should be doing self-study as a second safety net above what your regular teachers in your institute they make you do. I do understand that some exceptionally good institutes in India, which are becoming very rare now. Now I can count them on my fingers actually. I would say that in India exceptionally good institutes are now maybe 4 or 5 actually. Even I doubt that actually. But still, suppose they are there actually. So they will make you go through a strict regime of assignments, qualitative assignments. They will bring some interesting lectures. They will also bring some speakers from outside to give you holistic ideas about everything, and they will make sure that Netaji doesn't sleep in your energy level and your activity and other things. But suppose you are not in one of this top 5 institute, which most of the people who are viewing my videos are actually not there actually. So what we should be doing actually? We should be working more on self-study actually. So what I mean by the self-study? What I mean is that be alert to your self-growth. Wherever you get chance to be with any person, either that can be professor or your friend or anybody, even a stranger from outside, who is actually allowing you to grow, make you think in deep manner, stimulates your intellectual grey matter and provokes you to think a little deeper. Please catch hold of this opportunity to be more with this person, to go out of way to meet him and talk to him and try to be a little curious about everything, asking questions and expanding the discussion and taking it to the next level actually. So this is what I mean that you should do that. This is in relation to the person. But otherwise also, suppose you are actually, if you are not a student but now you go outside actually, and you are somewhere where you feel that again that place itself is giving you lot of stimulus of self-growth actually. Then catch hold of that place also as long as possible for you. Even though it may be detrimental to you financially actually. So normally I tell all students and parents that you have to give 10 years of a life to studying of architecture in architecture colleges. So 5 years will go in college. After that another 5 years for you to work very hard in your job, wherever you are working, so that you grow in a very strong manner. So what I mean by this? The first part I have already told many people, many videos, that you have to let go of some fun and social gatherings in the education 5 years, and similarly also after 5 years. because they consume your time and they also disturb you emotionally. So your focus will actually start to get distracted. But once in a while, if you work very hard for say for a month or something, and you want to just refresh yourself, and you want to go somewhere for 4 or 5 hours event, either in family or somewhere outside, I wouldn't think that is so much bad thing to do actually. But otherwise, avoid if it is not deserving actually. And then uh, when it comes to money also, see as a student, of course, you will spend money, but also if you can get chance to work while studying also, I would not encourage uh, some students to do that who have capability to also work and also make sure that they don't lag behind in studies actually. Because I came across one video of one architect. I think his name is uh, Sanjay something. I actually keep forgetting names of people actually. I will put it, and I will also give reference to the video of one where I saw that interview actually, where he had been working right from times of his studies actually, and how it helped him to grow exponentially actually. So that also you should do. So if you are working while you are studying, it will also give you some financial stability, and it will also give you some relief to your parents, not to overburden them with your financial requirements regarding study of architecture is concerned. So that you should do actually. And then when you are working first 5 years, again don't become too much greedy to get more salary actually, more money. Because I see many times these young architects, and particularly I came across some young teachers who have not completed 5 years of their practice or teaching, and they demand very high salaries and they expect those salaries to be paid. And just by virtue because they have completed graduation or maybe 1 or 2 years somewhere, or they done masters somewhere, and maybe particularly if the masters is one of the good colleges. So this I've seen this attitude actually, particularly students who are passed out from SAT, they think they have achieved a great thing, and they expect to be paid little better than the other average people, which I feel is a misplaced demand actually. Because I can give examples of so many people I came across who were in SAT in undergraduate and also in a master's program actually. And still they couldn't make two sentences in straight line which makes sense to you actually. So there were those kind of people who I came across. So then I found out that why this was happening. So the fault is not of the institute. The fault is that the raw material which goes into the institute is lazy, is not alert, not working hard. And this particular part which I am saying self-study, that alertness is not there of self-study actually. Because ultimately whichever institute you go, wherever you go, you go everywhere actually, right? You are always there actually. So that you makes all the difference actually. So that you make difference. It will make difference if you are focused on self-study and not on your self-growth. So what I was saying that when you're working for 5 years, don't look for great money. Look for again learning and great growth while learning. Focus on seeing that you expand your range of work, your range of uh, delivery. If you are good in software, then make sure that you also get some exposure to design abilities. And if you are good in design abilities and software, then make sure you also get exposure to working drawing thing. And if you are good in all three, then make sure you also get exposure on site, actually, handling site. And if you're good in all these four, then make sure you are exposed to good coordination for MEP services and structural services actually. So these are the areas you can always focus on actually. and carry on your work for first 5 years after graduation. Then after that 10 years, then you can demand any money you want, and you can you are allowed to stay stubborn. But again, you can relax a bit. Again, if you get some chance to do something great, some good thing to do in your life, again growth or stimulating work or emotionally enriching work. Actually. So this is generally about of regarding this 10 years. Then being student actually, you see, as I was telling you, should be well prepared for everything. So time management is very important. Don't waste your time actually. So if you are delaying one assignment, then it will become like a loop, a vicious loop, where it will actually create problem for you for your other assignments, and then it will become very toxic actually. Then you will bunk from your classes, and then again those assignments of those bunk classes will also pile up on you, and it will create a lot of stress, which is not manageable actually. And then you will find that things are not going as you wanted, and maybe you will not feel like studying further. Also, those things will happen. So to all the students, you should be careful about this time management actually. So now how we have to manage our time. So as I was saying, your study is in two parts. One is assignment, and something to do with hands-on things like making drawings, making models, and other things, or making reports. And the second part is studying for exams. When you actually do theory exams and you pass in that. Actually. So in both, as I told you, you have to keep ahead edge. So when you are meant for studying, I give you tips that you review the syllabus and keep studying something from the books, from the library, or view the videos on YouTube. Study something from there. Keep yourself abreast, ahead, and after the teacher has finished that portion, go home and again study one more time, and at least revise one time between 10 to 15 days, and before exams, two times actually. So this is the formula for studying exams actually. And as I told you earlier, that you reach your home every time when you want to go to your home for any part of the world. So you reach there because you have gone to your home many times. So there are repeated revisions to go your home. So that is why the part your home is in your memory. It cannot go away actually. The same is about studying something. The more the revisions you do, better for you. And if you are retain all the material in your memory for a long time, then you can avoid revisions. There is no problem in that actually. Then assignment part. Part, you should actually try to achieve perfection as much as possible. So plan your assignments properly, think out the material, think out the presentation part, think out the time backwards actually. So think how much time will go in designing or putting the structure of thinking for assignment in place. Then the presentation part, how much time it will take. And then some margin of contingency of time. Where something goes wrong, then you also have the time to finish it, finish the assignment on time actually. So this you have to do very meticulously actually. So sometimes you are very lucky, you can just think the thinking part, the nucleus of the heart of the assignment, which is actually ability to put up some good and great idea, comes very quickly to you. Then you have luxury of presenting it in a proper way, and then you can also do very valid presentation. But if you are delayed in presentation, in the nuclear of thinking part, then the presentation technique should have two alternative by which some things you can present in lesser time also. So those things actually you should try to find out what are these things in a laser time. You should also work on different drawing techniques, different medium of presenting things. Similarly, different mediums of materials for model making and like that. So many people are comfortable in plaster of Paris, somebody are comfortable in file card cutting and pasting, somebody are comfortable in mouthboard cutting and pasting, somebody are comfortable in thermocol, somebody are comfortable in softwood cutting and pasting, and some very are comfortable in various other materials like acrylic or like films or like straw and wood and so many other things, wires and all that. So choose your material as per your expertise, as per your wisdom, availability, and budget. Money also plays important part. I've seen many people now you see there is a computerized laser cutting edge. So I've seen very fantastic results. So the whole AutoCAD, this everything is ready, and you take it to the laser cutting this shop and you give these boards, and when you get these and you just put them together, fantastic result, fantastic, out of this world. So try those things also, but these are expensive actually. So you can only do it for some very important final and important year models only. You cannot do it every you take in every assignment actually. So there you are, and then the self-study part includes, of course, some design part you can do some critic among your friends actually. This also I've seen some, some. So you have to be a little serious actually. Of course, there will be some fun part will come actually. But then you take it in stride, but again at some point it becomes serious. Take each other's design actually, or other assignment, whatever you thinking part, and make sure that you make it more robust. So this part you can always do among your friends, and you have to make some comfortable friends, 4 or 5, with whom you are able to discuss a design in a comfortable manner, and with whom you trust with their opinion. And also make sure that when you take service of other friends, you should also make yourself available to them whenever they seek the same from you actually. So this mutual respect and mutual help each other will be always appreciated actually. So you do that, and then self-study will involve you know spend time in library. This I've seen many people, many students. I don't see any of the students in library, and then they look for some books which are actually part of study material, like which are related to the exam. So this part I feel very bad. Students should spend time to read some design books, and they should actually try to understand what different architects all over how they do it, what they do actually. And also they should spend some time in studying history of architecture other than the regular courses where they study actually. So you should take interest in that, both of that actually. So you should go to library as far as possible. I would say that preferably if you can spend 1 hour every day reading something other than your study material which is involved in exam, particularly about designs and those matters, it will be a really great thing. If not, then at least twice a week. Okay, this will be followed meticulously actually. It gives you a range of vocabulary, it gives you a range of solving problems, thinking different solutions actually, and so many other things actually. So, and then of course model making is very important actually. So you have to review every design in 3D actually. So nowadays actually computers are taking place of model making, but I think that is a misplaced value. Students should work as much as possible with hands-on models actually, put up 3D models, mashing, all that. They should start from day one of design. So as soon as you find something is happening on paper, then start a mass model of the thing and keep working, keep working. The more you work on models, the more your hands will become expert at it. And more your coordination between your eye and model and your hand and material, and the way to put it up very quickly and with good finish. It will come very easy for you. So I was in some institute in Ahmedabad actually, and actually in Ahmedabad, what is happening? All the institutes they are competing for second place actually, because virtually the first place is always taken by SAP actually. So SAT is like an elephant in the room actually. So everybody knows that they can't compete with SAT. So they are always working hard to take number two place, and that is why they all also try to copy what SAT actually do. And SAT is a college in Ahmedabad which stresses more on model making actually. So this institute where I was working on, not name it actually, there I found the students are very comfortable with model making and all that. And then I'm discussing design with them, and actually some the final finish is very nearby, and I see the model, they're very nicely made and all that. It's a fantastic, the model is good, so you can this to your final design. They said, no, no, sir, this is pre-final, this is not final, final I'll make it later on. And I was actually amazed. And sometimes there was only one day before the final jury. Then I said, you have only one day, how will you prepare? No, no, sorry, one day is more than enough. I need a very good model in one day. So how this happened actually? It happened because they are working continuously in making model from day one, from first year actually. So by the time they come in third year or that, they are like great expert actually. Fantastic expertise, fantastic ease of handling materials, fantastic confidence actually. So that you can see actually. So I would prefer that it is a self-study, you put pressure on yourself. Suppose you are in one of those institutes who are not insisting on making models for your design. Now you would say if they are not insisting, why should you bother? But this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. That many a time institutes they fail to put discipline in place, they fail to put rigor in place because they don't have alma mater to control all these things. Because if you want disciplined students and get something done from them, then you need good teachers. You need teachers who know how to handle situations. The students, this psychology and mind, and also they should be comfortable with the principal. Principal should be also in tune with the teachers and all that. So I give you some videos before where I showed you that some politically controlled political process control colleges how they run actually, and they give you 15 marks as well as 15 marks and 50% attendance without anybody should do anything actually. Those kind of things are happening actually. Or I also told you that how some trust managing institute also they have references on appointing faculty, whereby a faculty is only appointed when somebody the principal knows he refers them to him. So this is a situation where the compromise is very simple, it's automatic, because these teachers they cannot fight for students to work hard, or they can't discipline them, because as soon as students will complain or something like that, the principal actually is not very keen to hear any complaints from the students, and also the management also is not very keen. So things are not so much, it's a compromise situation. And then you take it easy over there. I don't know how to help you, because you get that paper actually, degree, but that paper doesn't mean anything. I always say students whatever is certified in that degree, that BR, it certifies that you know certain skill sets. And if you are not acquired those skill sets, you have not become expert in those skill sets, then that paper means nothing actually. It has no value actually. It is as good as toilet paper actually. Sorry for my using that analogy, but I very strongly in that actually. So that is why whenever I was asked on students, and when students feel what is this, I would say this is this. I don't want you to suffer actually. I want you to be comfortable in your working life, because if I make you work hard during these 5 years and also inspire you to work hard for another 5 years, time is you put of the life as I tell you, then the rest 50, 60, 70, 80 years will be fantastic for you actually. You reap all the benefits of that hard work you put for 10 years actually. So this is absolutely cannot be compromised. That is why I say self-study. Why I say self-study? Because this discipline you have to put on yourself. And that is why you have to watch my videos, Artculture Plus, from start till end. And whatever the length of videos, don't worry about that, whatever the length. Listen to me actually. See now, I'm speaking extempore on my videos. I'm not referring to any material. See, I have nothing in front of me actually. I don't write down anything, nothing. Why? Because in these 13 years of teaching, I have been with students. All this year has gone in such a like in a very concentrated manner. So many times it has got repeated actually. There is still fresh in my mind actually. So I am actually also I told you in one of my videos I am not going to like, whatever is there first in my brain, which is a solid data of pedagogy and structured and well thought out. First, I'm going to make videos based on that, and then only I will do some further research and further readings and further fine tuning of whatever I'm talking, expanding my points with more research. Actually. So I got so many ideas actually, and also I got some ideas also that even this college they give marks and all that, and they punish students who are giving late submissions and all that, and another thing. There are also some views. I found that some institutes in Harvard in USA. I do not know, maybe Harvard or somewhere. And they had professors who had reviewed that there is whenever assignment is given, the end date should not be given actually. So students are free to submit anything as and when they want to submit actually. Of course, there is the end will come. The end of semester will come, and of course, teachers will have to make sure that they get all the assignments and they unit them and they put up the marks before the final exams actually. But otherwise they were free actually because they felt that this time bound and binding assignment is not good for students understanding of assignment and growth actually. So there are so many ideas actually. So I keep talking my ideas actually, and I was inclined that this time bound is not so important actually. And many times, whenever I interact with students as a principal, actually, so whenever I will talk to teachers, particularly AD of all years. So I will say that all those bad students, the lazy students who don't work, they are not up to mark, and they're failing in your way of marking. Send them to me actually. And then whenever I gather them in my office actually, and I will just talk in a very casual manner. They will be so afraid to come to my office and so much fear in their mind what will happen now. And I will say, relax, we are not discussing anything actually. Can I order some coffee or tea for you? And I say, I mean it actually. I will say, how do you coffee actually? Then they will say, what is happening here? Then I say, you see, whatever time it takes them that I think I give solution. Yeah. I don't think that the students who are there, they give you on time, they're better than you. No, don't think like that. You have it in you. So just think it, and when you're ready, contact me. And then I found that somebody come on second day with a design. Somebody came after 2 days with something designed, and it was fantastic actually. And then I was like, well, how this happened actually? So these students I had in my mind, it was not coming, and then suddenly it came, and then I put it on paper, and it came. It's there. Then I actually put them in class, and I said, no, they're okay. I told them, see, this is the work they've done, and this is looking good to me actually. We have it and make sure actually. And then I took rounds of other students who were there in the class, and they were not coming to me. I was taking their work, and I found so many mistakes actually. A very serious mistake actually. Like somebody had made a courtyard, and he or she is giving light from that courtyard, and then on top floor that courtyard is closed by some floor over there actually. It is not open to sky actually. And the teacher who's checking design did not notice actually. So I asked how this is happening. So then this lady teacher is telling me, they are giving everything on time actually. Actually, if you take everything on time and this kind of bogus thing you take on time and give them marks and you pass them, they'll be in serious trouble in external jury actually. So you see, guys, all these things happening. So all hanky-panky things are happening. This like this, this I'm telling you that you have to stress yourself study. You have to listen to me. You have to do what I'm saying. If you want to really do well instead of being in one of the worst colleges in India, if you want to do well, actually, just listen to me. Actually, I'm your coach. Actually, plus, you are studying with me. I am as if a single person, one man army, like a college actually. And I will keep making videos for you. Just subscribe my channel and promote my channel to your friends who need my help. And bingo, we are there actually. We will together do well in our life actually. And I'm not asking any money for any of you actually. Nothing I want actually. Just subscribe and just take advantage of my videos. Study well, that's it. So I covered so many things. Let me just revise once more. The study part, the exam part. So go through syllabus, keep abreast by going to the library, watching videos on YouTube, revise once in 10 or 15 days, and for exam 2-3 times, and you are there. And regarding model making and other assignments, please make sure you do the best. The thinking part also, and also the presentation part. But thinking part is more important. Please understand, the idea is very important. So don't go to presentation unless you have a really good idea. So I would put stress that if you have to compromise between presentation and ideas, then compromise on presentation but not on ideas. So this is very important. Let me give you an example regarding ideas and presentation. You see the Saarinen. Actually, he was a judge of this Sydney Opera House competition. And actually, John, he's architect, I think from Denmark actually. He was actually not doing very well, so he needed from finance coming from the winning of competition of this Sydney Opera House. So he worked very hard with the limited resources he had actually. He made very meticulous drawings and very meticulous models, and he took it to Sydney to submit it actually. But while he was submitting, he was not very happy about that what he was doing. Since he was very worried about the money, he wanted some money very badly for the prize money of competition. He got some idea while before submitting. He got some idea, so he had some envelope. Behind that, he sketched that idea actually, and he gave that as a submission, and he took his meticulously prepared drawings and models back with him actually. Now this story is really more interesting actually. So when Eero Saarinen actually, he opened all the competition, he saw all the entries, he was satisfied actually. And he felt that something is not coming up to mark which he had in his mind regarding Sydney Opera House, the top public building of Australia actually. So he asked the person who was actually in charge to collect these entries and give it to jury. He asked, do you have anything else other than this what you give to us? He said, yes sir, there is one envelope on behind of that. Somebody sketched something, gave me, but I threw it in dustbin actually. But sir become little, upset. How somebody can do this? He told him, can you retrieve that envelope? He said, yes sir, I did that. And this caretaker, he brought that envelope to us, and he saw this envelope behind that, the small sketch done by John, and he said, oh, this is it. We want this actually. And that is how you see how important is the idea. It was just a sketch behind an envelope done by John actually, but it depicted the whole aura of the building required. It could scale that high standard required of Sydney Opera House as a building. And Saarinen accepted that actually. And nobody could object to that actually. Nobody. You see, nobody can make conditions that where the regular drawings and where the models. Nobody. Whenever you enter the competition, the people who run the competition, they always declare that accepting or rejecting any application is our right, and we may explain to you, we may not explain to you, nothing you can ask actually. But that is the standard set actually. So students understand the idea is more important than presentation actually. Then more about other things like it's a serious course. Like I was telling those who are studying agriculture, they should work the same way like somebody goes pro in sports actually. So why I say that? Because you check the sports people actually. When they go pro. See, another thing when you're playing any sport like amateur, that is more like a fun actually. But as soon as you declare that you are not going to become pro actually, like you are going to be a pro footballer, a pro boxer, a pro cricketer, a pro cyclist, a pro marathon runner, you have to opt the game actually. Then you go under some coach, and then whatever the coach tells you, you have to listen to him, and you have to follow the discipline and rigor and all that. And you have to put all the best, not 100%, maybe 500%. So the same way you have to study architecture. If you really want to reach somewhere, and even if you don't want to reach somewhere, you will become a great human being, becoming an architect. Studying these 5 years and working 5 years, the 10 years, the way I tell you. And then after that, even if you're not a great success, it doesn't matter. You'll be always satisfied in your mind. You'll be emotionally satisfied in your mind. See, look at me, I'm not a great successful person. But I'm satisfied in my mind because I'm always being this self-study model. Since my really early school days. I'm always curious about things. I'm always learning. And whenever I find something interesting coming from any direction, I just grab it. So my brain is like a sponge. It soaks the moisture of knowledge from any direction. So this is important, students. It's very important. So understand these things and hope you do well. So more I will add things as and when I get more ideas about self-study. But right now I adjusted all the possibilities, and I will see you again when I see you again. So bye for now. And as I told you before, please subscribe my channel Alkuri Plus. Please like this video and please make comment if you feel something I missed or something you think you can add on this, and forward my videos to your friends and other people. So thank you and bye for now. Thank you. So guys, one example of college where I found something wrong today I'll give. So there is one college somewhere in India. You see, actually my purpose is not to defame any college, but to tell you what things go wrong in so many colleges, whereby the principal, the teachers, they are not making this mistake purposely, but because this is happening because they are not aware of nitty-gritty of architectural education or pedagogy, and these mistakes they do serious faults or flaws in the thinking ability of students actually, and bringing out a good product of design, So that is why I'm telling you all these events actually. So this one college where I was there actually, I was part of I think three teachers. So the subject was basic design for first years actually. And actually, many times sometimes I allowed other teachers to lead actually. There was one this lady teacher who was actually senior also, and she was getting the class, or she will talk to students that children die. Then I will actually only take over when something is missing by her instructions, or if some students have to interact with me personally to understand things. So I will be interacting with students. This this lady actually, she whenever she will talk, interact with students actually, when they will come to show the assignment actually. So she will keep repeating one word in particular local language actually, which means this is good and this is not good actually. So only two things actually, and she will never give any explanation for why she feels something is good, why she feels something is not good actually. So I felt this little odd actually, and of course I could have intervened and I could have done something about this. But since I was not reading, and also I wanted to know what is the end result of this thing, what is wrong actually. So I was looking myself open-minded to see whether this teacher has something good actually. So after some point actually, the students they gave assignments, say maybe after 3 weeks or something, and they gave assignments, and then during the very first attempt, she would say, "Good, this is good, this is good, this is good," and these bad things were not coming actually. And then the class is finished, the marks were given, the subject was over, and this principal of this college actually, you see, every state they have an association of their college association actually. So it is actually there. So this particular state had this association, and this association also had awards for teachers actually. So this principal promptly signed this documented this assignment of the students of this lady, and they signed for the entry, and actually she got first prize also actually for that subject actually, and she was very proud, and she was like very elated actually. But then I couldn't resist myself, and when I had to interact with her actually, then I told her, madam, you are really fared very badly actually. So I said, she said, why? What happened? I said, you see, madam, when you were giving criticism of students actually, this is good and this is bad. So whenever you kept saying bad, bad, bad actually, the students actually started analyzing your psychology actually, and they were actually thinking very hard how to satisfy you actually, and what are the things which you keep saying bad actually. So they analyzed this within 3 weeks, and then after that, whatever they produce exactly the way you will want it actually, and they started giving you actually. Now, whether this is good solution to design or not, whether this is good way of thinking or not, this is subject to further evolution by some more acclaimed learners of this subject of ABD actually. So I felt this methodology completely flawed actually. A student has the right to know every aspect about why something is bad or why something is good actually. And this explanation, this expansion of things is not waste of time, because this is how students learn, and it also explains, if you talk about one student's design aspect which are good or bad, the 39 also study from that actually. And like that, if you discuss 40 examples, so all 40 understand from each other's example what is good and what is bad, and why it is good and why it is bad actually. So this is the correct pedagogy, correct methodology. You compromise, you kept saying good or bad, so students just took a psychology route actually. So they are psychologically oriented to give good things to you. That doesn't synonymously mean that they are good designs actually. Because whatever things you like or dislike, that thing it becomes the standard for the student. So this is a very localized it is not universal solutions actually, it is localized as per your requirements, as per your taste of what is good and what is bad, and that is why I feel this is an undeserved prize you got from this association, and this is a very bad way of dealing with something. So I don't know actually. I spoke all this in a very frank and very smiling when I say something like this actually, and made sure that she's not very offended because she took more of tablet. She also told the principal I think, and then the next semester that principal never invited me actually. I mean, of course, there were some other things also happened actually. But other things what happened also is an interesting event. So this I will explain in another video actually. For today, this is enough. So that is why students subscribe to Art Clip Plus. You are studying in one of these colleges where things are compromised, either knowingly or unknowingly. This teacher did not mean harm to students, but unknowingly she harmed students by creating only particular box of thinking. And within that box only students thought and they gave solutions and she liked it and she gave marks. But this box is very small, and if the students have to face another way of thinking or another critical way of evolving things, they will fail there. So that is why I am giving you the self-study model in Art Clip Plus. Think, be sharp, and go slow, but go consistently and go strong. So thank you. Bye for now. Bye bye.